Okay, hello. Good day, everyone. So, for my first topic, the second topic, I will be discussing the quality education, the human capital model. So, I have my own objective of this topic is that at the end of the discussion, you are going to understand what is the role of human capital in the education, in acquiring education. So, acquire education, the human capital model. So, let's begin our discussion. So, we have a diagram that shows the factors that comprises the human capital. We have here education. Okay, the education is the basis of human capital. And then the next one is will be the abilities, creativity, training, skills, and then the knowledge itself. So the human capital cannot stand without without these factors because that is the main functions of human capital. So without education, there will be no new human capital without abilities, knowledge, skills, training, and creativity. Proceed. So before discussing what is human capital, ato sa lamang i-tackle a bit about capital. So the capital will be defines as the cash or goods used to generate income either by investing in business or a different income property. So mo na siya ang capital. So we have here an illustration that shows labor, which is human exertion. And then the land will be the natural resources. So ang natural resources nag-comprise into capital wealth. So dito man tanan mga resources, so mo na gitawag nga mga wealth. It could be the buildings, the machines, inventories, and then that na nag-inventor nakabuo og mga foods, pagkaon nato, clothing, shelter, etc. while being made. So proceeds to stored, transported, and then trade, and then here comes the consumer wealth and services, which is ang production finished na. So kaya sa capital, which is atong goods and cash, so maka-generate na taan na og the production will be complete na. So mo na siya ang short illustration. Next is what is the human capital? So according to Schot's study of Schot's 1961, it tells about the human capital is the knowledge and skills that people acquired through education and training, being a form of capital. And this capital is a product of deliberate investment that yields return. So as educators, our basic capital is our skills and knowledge in which we developed through education and training. So without training that educate atong kaugalingon, we cannot have our knowledge and skills. So mo silbi na atong capital, and then the product will be our investment that yields return. So nakahibaw na ta na natay skill, so we can proceed to labor, pwede na ta mo trabaho. Manay pasabot sa human capital, our skills and knowledge. Next is another definition will be the human capital is the attributes of a human or a person that are productive in some economic context. So human capital is the stock competencies or our knowledge, social and personality attributes, including creativity embodied in the ability to perform labor so as to produce economic values. Then another one, human capital is a well-employed human resource that is actively engaged in meaningful, worthwhile work and delivering some level of desired productivity. Human capital is a question of factoring knowledge and application to physicality. So we have here a strong human capital that comprises education, training, and medicine. So ang human capital, so we are actively performing. So kaya naman it talks about our skills and knowledge. So we are engaging in a meaningful way. So worthwhile work. So mag-work ta to have our own skills, experience, diba? So ano sa human capital? Mostly knowledge din na siya sa human capital. And then of course application. We gain knowledge and then we apply to physicality. Apply to physicality. Okay, next we have the human capital model. So the human capital model, so here goes the a short uh, cycle. We have the resources and then proceed to education and training and then outcomes. Resources, so ang outcomes, nahimo na po na sa resources. That proceed to production, processes, citizenship, and processes na po. And then, of course, production, which is goes to earnings, output, efficacy. So, ibutang na to sa ato situation as a teacher. Okay. So, we have our resources. Atong resources which is mga books, diba? Books, internet or internet. And then, we can gain education and training, diba? And then the outcome will be we have skills now. We have our own skills, we have our ability. And then our ability and skills, we proceed to be another resources. Ato na po ng resources para na po sa production. Which is, kita na po ang mutudlo. Diba? Kung sa ito nakamauhan, at itudlo sa itong mga students. That will be the production. And then ang output ana will be the students can learn. So, kung na-learn ang mga students, that will be our output. Diba? So, more na ang basic nga way sa human capital model. Next will be, okay, we are done with the human capital, so we are going to proceed to physical capital. So, sa pa ng physical capital? So, physical capital represents in economics one of the three primary factors of production. Physical capital is the apparatus, okay, apparatus used to produce a good and services. So, when we talk about physical capital, it talks about the apparatus. Mga resources, okay, resources nga atong nagamit which is tangible. Okay, just like we teachers, mostly ang atong references or resources will be the books, diba? Books, computer. Okay, kung mag-isgot po tag mga engineering, ang ilang mga tools, mga pala, mga ruler, saan nila pag-imo ang building. So, mo ba na ang physical capital? Mostly, it is all about mga machine, buildings, and computers. Okay, na naghimo para sa production. Okay, mo na siya gamay nga input. Okay, sorry. So, we have the environment. It will be the source of resources and vice versa. And we have here the resources which we proceed to infrastructure and vice versa again, and then infrastructures to environment and vice versa. So, amora na nagakuan na tanan ng cycle na to. Proceed. So, we have here the definition or ang atong kalahian para jud makahibaw ta og unsa jud kalahian. So, we have here the capital. Of course, the capital which is the money or goods nga naa nato. And then the physical capital which is the tools that we are going to use unsaon nato pagkuha sa atong money. And then we have the human capital which is the skills and knowledge gained by education and experiences. So, dili man nato mabuhat saan man nato paggamit sa mga tools without our knowledge, without our skills, di ba? So saan man nato pagpalagan sa money without their skills to do it. So naagya pa ng human capital. These three comprises together para sa economic growth sa atong ibutang na to sa education, kay acquiring education man. So capital and physical. I mean, uh, the physical capital will be our resources. Kita teachers as well as the students, our resources nato will be our books man ang atong mga tools, ang books, ang mga computers, cell phone, which we can gain knowledge, diba? And then, when we have the resources, so here comes the human capital, which is our knowledge and skills nga na-gain through our experience, through our study. So, mga na sadya ang nag-comprise. So, proceed. We have here what are the best way to build a country's human capital. So, we have three domains, which is the government, employers, and individuals. You see the government will going to spend public funds on education. Okay, ang ilang nag-look out sila that a better educated population will contribute to faster and more sustainable development. Kaya og daghan ang mga ma-educate, murag na possibility nga malambo ang ekonomiya nato. And then the employers, of course. Employers pay for employing training. Okay, expect to cover the costs and gain additional profits from increasing productivity. So, kita palibot ang atong kagalingan as teachers. So employers nato, which is will be our the principal. So ang principal ipatawag ta, we're going to call to go for a training. So mostly kasagaran refund, diba? Kita sa una mo gamit sa money, mo pagawas sa atong kata, then refundable rapod. So kaya naman ang employers why is it that employee or employers ilang pa to ang mga employee for training because more po na sila vice versa. It's a win-win situation. Okay, the employee can also teach the employers or the other co-employee mo sa diyang na-learn sa training. So, magamit kahapon. So, manay kasagaran, di ba? And then, next one is the individuals. So, in the individuals, of course, kita. Okay, we also have to spend time and money to get education and training because it is better education and skills earned more. A better education. So, example in our settings now na po nga why we study masteral ano nang skill mo tag ma-ed because we want to improve our position, di ba? So, teacher 1 pa ta. So, eskwela para mo teacher 3. So, saman, bing taas ato rango, mo taas ba ato earning? So, mo man na atong target, di ba? And then, able to deliver more output is more valuable in the marketplace. So, muna siya mga best way sa country's human capitals. Next one is the returns to education may be lower if so we have here. So ang return to education lower kung na quality of education is low or knowledge and skills acquired at school do not match market demands. So ako sabot ani dire in my own opinion ibutang na to sa situation about di ba sa kasagaran karon nga mang take of course mostly mga teacher, civil engineering, nursing, manay kasagaran, di ba? Mostly. How about, when we talk about agriculture, di ba? Sa agriculture, gamay na lang na eskwela. So, how about in the coming days, kinsa na may magpuli sa mga magsasaka, di ba? Isa na may tanong, puro na laman na yung nurse, na yung education. So, ang demand na po sa marketplace na to, what na po ning match? So, you can see the difference, diba? Mao po na sadya mo as my own opinion. Okay, next one is the insufficient demand for human capital because of low economic growth. So kay low naman po na atong economic growth, so naiuba nga ning graduate na di nakasud. So kung ano di nakasud sa trabaho mostly ang kasagaran di so lain na laman ang pangkuanon nga mga trabaho basta laman makatrabaho. And the next one is workers with lower and higher education and skills are deliberately paid similar wages to preserve a relative quality of earnings. So, di ba, mostly na po uban nga pareha mas mas dako pa man ta kog ranggo nganong pareha rami og sweldo. So mas dako pa man ko og naabot nganong pareha ra man mi. So naay kasagaran ana nga situation. So kay nga naman wa man gitagaan og bili sa uban. So mora gyapon preserve ra a relative quality of earnings. So mo nang kasagaran mabak na po na sa education nga may mong malaw siya. So mo na ang mga insights, short insights regarding this one. So you can input another kung na pa may mahunahunaan. Okay, next one will be comparison between private rate and the social rate or social rate as government. So of course, lahi jud ang government, lahi pa ang private. So kay ang government man, so naa jud na siya parihara ang dagan sa pagkuan sa kanang money pagsweldo. So government of developing countries devote a larger share of their GDP education but is still smaller than that in developing countries. So mag-isgot sa mga countries nga mga higher na jud sila og mga GDP. So dako ilang mga kuan, dako ilang income. So whereas mga developing countries was mga lower pa na atong mga GDP. So nagmatter gyapon na sa unsay economic growth sa usa ka lugar, sa country mo na ang sa government. Whereas kung mais ko sa private, lahi sila. Okay, many countries' private spending on education is considerable. The difference between public and private spending on education varies enormously and does not seem to be correlated with the country's average income. So, ang mga private, waan sila nag-apas o unsay income sa gobyerno. Kay lahi man na ilang fund. So lahi is kuan. Just like private school and the public school. So lahi pod ong mga ways sweldo sa ilang mga benefits lahi pod. Okay, proceed. Okay, the balance between the public and private spending on different levels of education. So naagi apoy balance noon. Though lahi ang sweldo pamaagi, lahi ang way of teaching pero still moabot kaya punta sa outcome nga balanced education. Kaya ang private same ra man pod ang unsay mga competency, same ra kung sa ipaitudlo sa mga students, same ra pod sa public. So we have here the primary education, secondary education, tertiary, vocational education. So same ra na sila gihapon when it comes to the learning. So lastly, we have the conclusion. So in my conclusion, investment in human capital is also required to raise the general living standards of the people in developing countries. This is possible when education and training make full and rational utilization of surplus manpower by providing larger and better job opportunities in both rural and urban areas. There is more return raised in income and improvement in living standard of the population due to the capital formation. So mostly kajod mag-invest sa human capital, sa knowledge and skills. Kaya wa tay knowledge, wa tay skills, saan man nato pagdo sa labor, pag-work. So man na diha nagmatter. So acquiring education mo na siya ang human capital model. Kaya di man ta maka-gain og knowledge and skills without education. So mostly kinahanglan jud mag-invest ta sa skills. Eskwela for improvement. Siguro di na po na sa atong kagalingon but also sa ubang tao para makatabang po to sa ubang tao. So, okay, that's it. That is my report. So, if ever you have any questions or clarifications, just PM me. So, okay, that's it, and goodbye for now.